What's going on, folks? Thanks for joining me on another episode. Cheeks Breaks. Cheeks, by the way, is a nickname with a somewhat long story that maybe I'll share in another video. From when I was a kid, pretty much the only name I heard from 1987 to 1994, which also happened to be the years that I collected cards. So that's a little bit about why I chose that name for the channel here. Anyway, something a little bit different for you today. I have cut down on wax purchases this year. Haven't been able to rip a ton in part because of the stack of cards you see in front of me here. And the last couple months just been slammed with work. So should be able to do a little more ripping this summer. Still have some product here I bought. A lot of it from last year on sale. So we're going to get into some of that. I did pre-order some Series 2 Fanatics blaster boxes. I did some blasters and some hanger boxes for Series 1 and had pretty good luck, so I'm going to do that again. Don't think I'm going to get any hobbies or jumbos. But I had an idea for this video in addition to wanting to share some of my pickups. I like watching other people share their pickups. I can always learn something in those videos. Really started thinking about this when I saw the sticker price for Bowman this year. I was in the hobby last year, buying wax and a few PC pickups, but not much. And I don't recall the sticker shock as much as I did this year with Bowman. So a jumbo Bowman, when it hit the market, was anywhere from $600 to $625, I think. I believe it has come down a touch since then, but when I looked back at my recent PC pickups for the last 7 or 8 months, it was about as much as a jumbo hobby box for this year's Bowman product. And I wanted to do a little comparison to see if folks would rather have one of those boxes or this stack of cards. I know I'd rather have this stack of cards. I had an absolute blast hunting for these. I'm still hunting for some other cards to add to this collection. There's not a total theme here. Some of these are, a number of these are players from the junk wax era that I would have loved to have these cards as a kid and decided I wanted to focus on collecting maybe my top 10 list from the junk wax era when I was collecting cards. Then a few others sprinkled in here from different eras. Nothing vintage yet. So anyway, I've rambled on already. Let's get started. Show you these cards. Let me know what you think. Most of these cards I was searching for extended periods of time. Not this one. This was an impulse buy while I was looking for another card in the stack. We'll get to that last. But this 2005 Upper Deck Old Judge replica with a game-used material for Ichiro. This was $10, and it was an impulse buy. Card looks mint, and I thought for $10 having a piece of Ichiro would be nice. They only made these Old Judge throwbacks, I think, for a couple years, maybe 4 years, 30 players each year. This is the only Ichiro that was in those 120 cards when they produced this. So a nice card again, $10. We'll put Ichiro up here. Not going to go through the price of all these in detail. I really don't know what the etiquette is. Don't want to upset anybody. I'm not doing this to show off. I honestly just want to share the pickups and see what people think here. But might give you a rough idea on some of them. I'm a Phillies fan, and I wasn't collecting from 2006 to 2011 when they were tearing it up. I was watching every minute of it. So I am hunting for some of those players and some special cards from that era. This is a Ryan Howard on card auto in the blue ink. And this card is from 2004 when he was called up. Now, rookie cards, obviously, everybody knows, were different back then. Not a rookie card, technically, but from his first year when he was called up. I like the red color match on the border on this card. Love him following through. If you look close at his eyes, they're headed up. I'm guessing he caught this one. I don't know exactly what game, obviously, it's from, but I think he might have caught this one. He's got that look in his eyes. So got the first one. Still looking for several other players from this era to try to get something that I like. This card, by the way, is very nicely centered. Was also looking at that. Not that I plan on grading it or moving it anywhere. It should be with me for a long time. But got the first one out of the way. Obviously looking for Chase and Jimmy. Bunch of other players, Hamels from that team. This card I got in the off season just before this season started. Trey Turner, now with my Phillies. This is the only player I have a collection, a bit of a collection going of. I'll probably share that collection at some point. This was the most recent pickup. Again, Stadium Club from 2016. Just love Stadium Club. On-card auto in the blue ink. Not numbered or anything. But beautiful card. Paid less than $50 for this. Trey is definitely flying under the radar, or at least was last year and before this year got going, given his poor start with the Phillies last year. So, really like that card. Thought it was a nice value. And I do have a little collection of Trey Turner. This one may be a little bit of an impulse buy as well. So I'll tell you, this was $15. 2004 Miguel Cabrera Upper Deck. And I've been looking for Cabrera rookies and maybe a Cabrera rookie auto, as you'll see with the next stack here. But those are either out of my price range, or I don't like the card, don't like the auto, etc. While I was looking, I came across this. I think, again, his rookie technically is 2000 with Topps, I believe. This card, he came up in June of 2003, so this is a second-year card of when he was playing. I just like the image. I think he's playing the outfield here. Not sure if you can see the ball right above the F on his jersey there. I'm not sure if he makes this play. I'm wondering if this is when they moved him back to the infield after he got up from trying to catch this ball. But beautiful card. And again, that I mentioned, this was $15. A little bit of an impulse buy, but for the price. Nice deal. Next one. This is a really special card for me. This is a 1991 Upper Deck Final Edition Roberto Alomar with an authentic autograph on there. Not a lot of these out there. The card itself looked pretty mint to me. It's not graded. I didn't really care. Don't really care about the 10 autograph. Although I have learned, if you zoom in on these autos, you can see some different things. So I do look at the autos when I'm picking them up. But I was a Jays fan growing up. It's a long story. Might do a Father's Day video about some of that. Grew up near the Canadian border. The closest city to me that had a baseball market was Toronto. We were close enough to get CBT television, which was Canadian Broadcast Television. I got every Jays game on just about every night and fell in love with them when I was a kid. First stadium I ever went to in 1990 was the newly opened Skydome. This is a sweet card of Alomar. I couldn't see him in a Padres jersey, so I didn't go after his rookie. Targeted his first year with the Jays. This is from the All-Star game, which was played in Toronto that year. Obviously, you got a cameo from Bobby Bonilla here. The GOAT for getting paid. I think he's still on the payroll for the Mets as we speak. And Alomar turning a slick double play, which he did, I think, some 1,400 plus times in his career. So, beautiful card. Not a ton of these floating around out there. But this really takes me back. These Upper Deck are just seared into my brain. I opened a bunch of them as a kid. And this just takes me back to 1991, to be honest with you. So I wanted a piece of that. Every time I look at it, takes me back. I don't know if that'll stay up there. I don't have enough stands here. Next card. Now here comes a couple junk wax cards of some of my favorite players as a kid. First one up here, 1987 Fleer Update Glossy of Greg Maddux. Obviously, his Topps Tiffany might be the most collectible version of his rookie card, but I love this set from Fleer. I did open this as a kid. Hard to get these cards centered. This one's a touch off right to left, but not that easy to tell. Like, obviously got a good grade, but again, I'm not just looking at the grade. I want the card to have good eye appeal. I'm a sucker for a color match here. You've got the color match border. You've got the color match ink with the Cubs jersey. So when I started thinking of which card I want to get of a Greg Maddux rookie auto from 1987, I landed on this one. Beautiful card. Love looking at that card. These are not, the glossy were not as rare. They came in the tins, not the regular boxes. They were not as rare as Topps Tiffany. I think the production of Topps Tiffany was 35,000. Those were about 70,000. But again, beautiful looking card. Next one, although Maddux is a close second, this is probably the most dominant and best pitcher I've ever seen in my time watching baseball. That includes current time. The GOAT, Randy Johnson. Love this card. You know, rookies were quite a bit different back then, of course. They don't all have a rookie moniker on them. I do like a rookie moniker if I can get it. One of the reasons I targeted this card. Also like here, you got the nice portrait shot on the back. That's about as least scary as I've seen Randy look, but still scary enough, I think, right there. But love the image on the back. That's going to be a theme for the next card as well. And the rookie moniker with a beautiful auto there. 1989 score, Randy Johnson. Couple more, and we're out of here. Next one, one of my favorite players as a kid, Frank Thomas. 1990 score. Again, he's got several rookies from 1990. One of the reasons I really love this card, again, it says first round pick. Kind of gives you the jump that it's a rookie card, which I like. And I love the image on the back of this set. You get it almost more than half a card image on the back. So you've got the portrait shot here. With the auto, this auto is nicely centered. Not graded, which I don't care about. Looks beautiful. The card is nicely centered. Obviously, the card got a 10. But again, was able to fit this into the budget. This was less than $100. And one of the reasons it made this list. But again, you got a little bit of an action shot on the back. So you got the best of both worlds with 1990 score. Last but not least, this is not in order of my favorite pickups. This pickup is the most expensive. Not a junk wax era pickup, and I was not in the hobby during this guy's career, Ichiro, but I was still watching a ton of baseball. And this is one of the guys who, despite not being junk wax, is a game changer, really changed the game of baseball, opened the gates. Of course, not quite like Jackie did. Wouldn't compare the two. This is maybe like a little brother version of that, but opened up the gates to Japanese baseball in America. And the floodgates opened after Ichiro. Just a fantastic player. Whenever I had a game on, Sunday Night Baseball, any of those things were on, I always used to stop and try to catch his at-bats. This was before DVR was available. And whatnot, so I would always stop and try to catch his ABs. He always had me mesmerized. So I was able to find this. Thought I got a good value on this. It was less than $200. This is the most I've ever spent on a card. Again, less than $200, but not by much. Just a couple dollars less. But still, card is mint. Maybe a touch off right to left. Again, not sure if that has to do with the 9, but barely noticeable on inspection. The auto is beautiful. And fit my collection right now, which is going after some of the greats from when I was a kid and getting their autograph on their rookie card if I can. Or other greats in the modern era auto rookie cards. Still have a few people on the list from the junk wax era. Would love a Pedro Martinez, Bo Jackson, and of course a Ken Griffey Jr. He was probably my all-time favorite, but his cards are a little out of the price range at the moment. But here you have it. I don't know, comparing this, what I see on the screen here, to a Bowman hobby box with 3 autos of maybe 3 pitchers that haven't yet set foot in the majors. This is the clear winner for me. Had a blast. chasing these cards again over the last 7 or 8 months. This is pretty much everything I bought. I think I got an Aaron Nola Snapshots 2016 auto for $20 and a Gabriel Moreno auto rookie in the Brooklyn collection for $30. Otherwise, these are all the cards I bought, and they add up to about a Bowman Jumbo Hobby Box. All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like it, I'm going to do some more of this. Probably not wait as long. Maybe show you pickups as I get them. But if you like that, hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Peace.